Yo, what's up? You see me? What's up, everybody? I am doing a little bit more moving today, so I'm trying to finish things up, and I found some kind of funny stuff. I'm opening a lot of these bins that I had. Just kind of, I store a lot of stuff away. I am like definitely a pack rat. I just kind of archive stuff if I think it's worth something or I think it's interesting or whatever. Like this bin, I think there's like one of every shirt we've ever made at Mega 64 and stuff like that. Little things like that, whatever. But I hadn't opened this bin in a long time. Actually, that I just threw that in there, but I hadn't opened this bin of crap in a long time, and I thought it was kind of funny the stuff that I found. There's just kind of maybe video game magazines that I was mentioned in, or things from school. Like, there's kind of no rhyme or reason to what's in this bin, so I thought I'd just show you some of it because I thought it was funny. This is a list. I didn't hang out with people outside of school until I started doing the plays in high school, which was like a quarter of the way into high school. Until that point, I did not hang out with anybody outside of class. When I was at home, I was home alone. This is a list of every Power Rangers episode, and what I would just do is, like, whenever one would rerun, I would record it and then mark it off this list that, I wanted to make sure I had them all. What a fucking dork. Look at this. Every single episode. Wow. Yeah, so then I discovered Friends. But anyway, that's that. I don't have any regrets or anything. I mean, I was having fun, but anyway, I'm throwing that away. Oh, well, no, I'm not throwing it away. I'm going to keep it in there just because I think that's really funny. I don't really need that list anymore, but that's just a funny memory. Damn, like, that's all I had to do was that, like, damn. Anyway, I'm, like, taken aback by that. All right, anyway, there's a original Willy Wonka album. This is from like 7th grade, I think. This is my junior high, our school newspaper, which wasn't very well done because it's just paper stapled together, whatever. Anyway, it was just interviews, articles, things like that. None of which were proofread very well. And you'll know in a second. What I did, it was fairly progressive at that point in time to do like a video game review. Like, video games back then, at that point in the 90s, were known definitely, but were not up to the level of, like, they were not remotely close to mainstream like they are now. If you met somebody who knew what Final Fantasy was, they were your friend forever. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So they asked me to do a game review. So I said, actually, I think I brought up the idea. I was like, I'll do a video game review. And they were like, whoa, a game review? Wow, okay. Because I was the one with all the newest games. So I thought I'll be the first to review a new game. And I chose Parappa the Rapper because that was like my favorite game at the time. And these dumbasses didn't list the title of the game. They just went, ooh, a video game review. This game is fun. What the fuck game is it? It doesn't say anywhere, well, until named Parappa. But if you don't know what Parappa the Rapper is, you must be confused as hell. Pursuing the girl of his dreams. She's a flower. An onion guy teaches you karate in the first level. You must kick and punch as the onion man commands. It's very short. Penalizes you a lot. There you go. I gave it a 9.7 out of 10. So that's a good review. But damn, guys, come on, list the title. Anyway, I always thought that was super funny. There you have it. All right. I thought this has nothing to do with me or anything necessarily. I guess I found a bunch of stuff from games and whatnot, so I'll just kind of go through that. But this is one of those sheets that would be inside when you got Power Rangers, like big ass toys. Like if you got a Megazord or some kind of big deluxe thing, it would come with one of these. I couldn't believe this was still in here. Let me see if I can unfold that. But these are the sales sheets. I have a ton of them. There's a bunch more in here somewhere. You could see there's like a PSA. Wait, where is it? like the Green Ranger talking about don't do drugs or whatever the hell that was all about. Anyway, so that's in there. You know, but I've got a bunch of these like 1998 Power Rangers in Space kind of. These would just fall out of the toys after you open them, the really big ones. They would always come with a little guide like that because they know you got money. That's why they want to throw these in front of your face. But this one is like OG, and I remember this is the first time I bought, I think it was, I want to say it was this, the OG Dragon Dagger. I want to say that I bought that, and it came with this sheet, or maybe it was the Morpher and the gun. But, you know, anyway, I got them, and this was my first glimpse at the new Zords, you know. This was insane back in the day, you know, whatever. I remember finding Red Dragon Thunder Zord at a store, and I didn't even know what it was, you know. But then, you know, these sheets would come out, and they would tell you what all of them did. Like, oh, what the hell's Tor the Shuttle Zord? Like, I still don't know what that is. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting. What I think is really funny is, like, I've got some magazines in here that are, you know, I think, again, I think I kept it because they came with, you know, some of these are still sealed, but they came with the extra DVD that had our, you know, a lot of you guys already know this, they had our videos on it. And that was a huge break for us. And it even says back here, contains, let me see, where is it? I can't find it. Oh, new video from the nut jobs at Mega 64. Oh, and look, and Red vs. Blue is there too. We were always next to Rooster Teeth throughout history. But anyway, new video from the nut jobs at Mega 64. And we used to think that was so... It was a running joke with us because we thought that it was almost every time EGM put us in the magazine, it was, look at those crazy bastards at Mega 64. Look at those nut jobs. Look at those nut cases. We were always called, like, morons. Which I'm not, we were not insulted. It was just funny. It was like, look at these shitheads at Mega 64. It was just funny. Anyway, I got an open one here, and I just thought, you know, we get mentioned in the thing, so that was really cool. But the reason that I kept these is less so for that and more just I love reading old magazine stuff, like just all the print ads. That's a great Rumble Roses ad, and of course I did buy every version of that, naturally. And, you know, just all the print ads are just so bullshitty. And also, they talk about stuff, you know, it goes to show you game journalism and game stuff. You know, the way they talk about games doesn't really change that much because you look at, like, it's in here somewhere. I'll find it. But there's an article. This is from 2004. There's an article in here about Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. And it's like, I don't know, is this going to be good? A lot of people don't like the jungle. They think it's stupid that it's going to the jungle. You know, and it's like, if only you knew how good this game... Like, this game is like a classic now. There are a lot of boobs in these ads. Man, if you did this today, you would get your fucking burned at the stake. Damn. Anyway. I did not buy Blood Rain, by the way. There you go again. Anyway, but you know, it was just like... We have solid proof there if it's a mass destruction. 1962. Snake, and then you know, that ad right there. I just think that, you know, there was just a lot of just like, what's Snake Eater? That's a dumb title. I mean, what, guys, come on. I wish I could find that article about Snake Eater. Damn. Lots of Halo 2 stuff. Just hyping that up, whatever. Anyway, just kind of interesting. I love flipping through stuff like that. Again, I mean, it was like that was the only way they knew how to sell a game. Damn. All right. Anyway, thought that was kind of funny. Something that made me really nostalgic. I have to figure out where it is. Real quick, this was my jam. Final Fantasy VII Ultimate Guide. Damn, I used to flip through this thing all the time. This wasn't the official Final Fantasy VII Player's Guide. This was some side one made by a third party that was full of like little jokes and like, hey, you know, the game says to do this, but I think it's better to do this. You know, it was like a guy's personal quest through the game rather than real official kind of Square stuff. Only thing that kind of pissed me off about this game is they casually mentioned that Aerith dies in the book. So that was completely spoiled for me. I never had that shock when I played it. Anyway, Top secret Nintendo passwords. Don't tell anybody you saw this. What I used to love about these covers is the photography and like that's kind of a lost art. You know what I mean? We have so much Photoshop shit now, and you know whatever, and that's fine. But you know, you had really cool photography like that. That would purposely have this big setup to show you all the confidential stuff. But I don't know what was so top secret about this. It was just like hold A. I don't know if they had to get the CIA involved or what. Who the hell remember? Oh, I remember. There was a Paperboy 2? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Anyway, you know, a bunch of crap. Mario 64 Player's Guide. This made me super nostalgic. This is what I was going to mention. Got a Game Fan magazine from the late 90s. I'm going to say probably about 98. And there was one print ad in here that made me so just like if you only knew. You know what I mean? Like, really hit me. And I'll see if I can find it. Remember Toomba? Well, the Olympics, who cares? Wonder Swan. You got a Wonder Swan article. You got Majora's Mask. But I think it's coming up. Let's see if it's in here. I thought I just saw it. There was a heavy metal game. You guys at home like Majora's Mask? I think that game's a piece of shit. Anyway, Chicken Run. There was a Chicken Run game? Okay, so you're looking through some of the game ads, whatever. I could probably edit this out. But, flipping through, there was just one thing that made me like, oh, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I think we might be getting close. What is this ad? The Mummy game? There were so many bad movie tie-in games. Wait, I don't know what this is. 2 words. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I didn't know there was a previous page to it. This is what I was trying to find. 2 words. Shenmue, Dreamcast, and then a glimpse of a face. This made me so excited when I saw it. This was the era, just for the record, I kind of fell out of video. I loved video games my entire childhood, whatever, and then I saved up forever to get the N64 and was kind of disenfranchised by it. I beat Mario 64 and I loved it, but then there was nothing really else that ever captured my imagination. I thought it was a really bad system. And I fell out of games. I didn't get a PlayStation because we were Nintendo people, so I never had a PlayStation. I never had Saturn, any of that stuff. So I fell out of video games until, oh damn, here we go again. Dead or Alive 2. Until the Dreamcast came out, and I thought the Dreamcast looked so cool, and all the things were really, like, it really pushed the boundaries. And anyway, so I loved the Dreamcast. That was my big entry back into video games, and that was when I kind of started to think maybe I wanted to work in the video game industry in some way. Like, that really changed my life, that whole period, because I was so viciously back into video games. And anyway, so having a Dreamcast and seeing that was incredible. Like, you know, people were like, oh, I hear that it looks completely photorealistic, and like, I mean, really, at the time, it was the best graphics anyone had ever seen. Final Fantasy IX sucked, too. I'm sorry. I don't know. I remember getting this and just being super bummed. I saw the artwork and was excited for it, but then the actual game was POS. Anyway, what was I going to say? But yeah, anyway, so that was a real pivotal period for me. So I kept a lot of these magazines just as a reminder of that time, and just, you know, takes me back to when this big turning point, you know what I mean? It seems like just stupid stuff, stupid video games, but that was a life change for me, you know? I really wanted to work in that arena in some way, whether it was just promotion, and I even took classes on designing, or like programming, but I didn't know, you know, how to do that. Here we go again. I still like Dead or Alive, though. Whatever, it's fun. Wow, Voodoo Extreme. Damn, Something Awful was part of that at some point, I think. Like this whole network. Anyway, I don't know if anybody else there reminds that. I think this is an issue, too, that... I think it was a few issues before this, actually. I remember Dominic coming up to me and saying, hey, there's this anime in here called Evangelion. They really like it. Where can we find that? And... needless to say, we did find it later. Wicked City, yeah, they would promote all this sketchy anime in the back, and like, it's really cool. Remember that guy, Monitor? Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff in here. Final Fantasy III Player's Guide was really cool. I used to flip through this thing nonstop. Even after I beat the game, I would even take this to school and just look at the artwork between classes and stuff like that. Like the Yoshitaka Amano artwork was just incredible. And now, of course, now they sell whole books of it, so I don't really need to look through this anymore. But at the time, you couldn't get it. You know, it wasn't so easy to get on the internet or anything like that. But man, this artwork was just incredible. Anyway, there's a PSM. Flipping through that, I don't know what you're gonna see. Mega Man Legends. They'll never make a third one. NBA Live 99. Wow, Twisted Metal 3. It's like those pages were made for Garrett. Lunar? Yeah. Cool dude. Anyway, bunch of fun stuff. More of those. That's good. Late 90s, man. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it. Just finding more fun stuff. Mario RPG, Player's Guide, Crash Dummies book. You gotta have the Crash Dummies book, otherwise you don't know how to play. Yoshi's Island sucked, too. I hated that. It was, again, disenfranchised with the 64. Onimusha, Mario 64. I got books. I got all kinds of original boxes of stuff. Well, I'm sure I'll go through more. Anyway, there's no point to this. Dino Crisis 2, enjoy that. There's no point to this. I'm just rummaging through stuff and filming it, you know, for the sake of archival. So enjoy it or don't, or skip this or don't. Whatever. I don't give a damn. The end.